All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Russ Meyer's Fanny Hill. Original title Fanny Hill, 1965, although both IMDb and Wikipedia say 1964. I'm not sure why, because it was released in West Germany in 1964, presumably as Fanny Hill, but I believe, I could be wrong, somebody correct me here, but it was released as Russ Meyer's Fanny Hill in the U.S. the following year, March 10th, 1965. I'm giving this one 2 out of 5 stars. I was disappointed, to say the least. It's on Tubi, it says rated PG, and it's a black and white film. The bathtub scene is you can sort of see the Letitia Roman's underboob, maybe a slight piece of nipple, but the camera angle is not very good. So it's just a tease, this movie. Just a bunch of cleavage, mostly. It's not even Russ Meyer big cleavage. It's kind of medium size. Anyways, it's not like super double D size that we're used to seeing in his later films. But yeah, like Vixen. We like Vixen on this channel. We like Erica Gavin. Erica Gavin is the well, she looks like a skinny old lady now, but she used to be quite voluptuous when she was 19. She's best known for playing the title role in Russ Meyer's 1968 film Vixen. But there's another movie she's in that I've seen that's just as good, kind of got pieced together. Anyway, Fanny Hill is a 1964 U.S.-German historical comedy film directed by Russ Meyer and starring Letitia Roman, very attractive, Miriam Hawkins, and Uli Lomel. Filmed at Spandau Studios in Berlin, the film is an adaptation of the 1748 John Cleland novel of the same name. Adoption? I don't know about that. The movie poster says a female Tom Jones. Lovella Parsons said that. They said it could not be filmed. The book that was banned for 200 years, now a feature film by Albert Zugsmith. Oh, I don't know. Young, pretty, and innocent Fanny Hill has lost her parents and must find her way in life amidst the perils of turbulent 18th century London. She is lucky enough to quickly find a place as a waitress for the effusive Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown lives in a big house full of women in negligees and with very relaxed manners. She also insists that Fanny meet various gentlemen who show a fervent interest in Fanny. So Russ Meyer was hired to make the film by Albert Zugsmith. This was his first time directing a film without also being its producer. According to Roger Ebert, Meyer found Zugsmith difficult to work with, the German backers of the film unreliable, and the shooting conditions all but impossible. This is the cut version is 85 minutes. It's supposed to make more sense, the cut version. But I watched the 96-minute Germany version. Maybe that's the Russ Meyer's Fanny Hill version. And the 85 minutes cut version is Fanny Hill. I might have it backwards, but there's 104 minutes US version. That's what an hour 44 minutes. I think I watched the US version. I stand corrected. So I watched the US version, which is Russ Meyer's Fanny Hill. The 96 minutes version is Fanny Hill, I think. I don't even know what the 85 minutes cut version is. Maybe I can do some more digging and get back to you on that. The only thing that got me through that at all, said Meyer, was working with Miriam Hopkins, who was our star. The two of us pulled that picture through somehow. I told her once that was remarkable how much she knew about making a picture. And she reminded me that, after all, she had been once married to Fritz Lang. That was a mistake. She was actually married to Anatoly Litvak, not Fritz Lang. But don't expect Russ Meyer to be thinking straight, especially with the goofy dialogue in this movie. The only thing it had going for it was the woman in the mustache made a couple of appearances. and Fanny Hill is just looking at her like she's normal. But she's not. She's got a mustache. While in Europe, Meyer made Europe and the Raw immediately afterwards. And it says rated GP on IMDb, 1 hour 44 minutes, which was the length on Tubi, 4.4 out of 10, which is a little bit higher than what I'm rating it. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10, I think. 2 out of 5 is 4 out of 10, yes. And only 379 ratings, so somewhat obscure film. But interesting, the Tubi had the Vinegar Syndrome. 70s music with the Vinegar Syndrome logo going at the end. So that was interesting. Looked like they just took it from the DVD. They're paying Vinegar Syndrome. Amazon Prime. I paid $2 to watch this on Amazon Prime. Did I say Tubi? I meant Amazon Prime. Young, pretty, and innocent Fanny Hill has lost her parents, and she must find her way in life amidst the perils of turbulent 18th century London. She's fortunate enough to find rapidly a place as chambermaid of the effusive Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown lives in a large house teeming with female relatives in negligee and with very relaxed manners. She also insists that Fanny meets alone various gentlemen who show an ardent interest in Fanny. That's the summary. It sounds a lot like the Wikipedia summary. Didn't I just read that off Wikipedia? Let's see, more like this. Mudhoney, Motorcycle, Common Law Cabin. Common Law Cabin is another crappy Russ Meyer flick. Good Morning and Goodbye. Russ Meyer and Albert Zugsmith didn't get along during the shooting of this film because Meyer wanted to make a serious movie, while Zugsmith was more interested in making a slapstick comedy. Yeah, this Albert Zugsmith dude was trying to make a Benny Hill, but an hour and 45 minutes of Benny Hill, but the jokes weren't working, and the dialogue was pretty bad. Quotes Miss Maud Brown: "She's fresh as a young heifer, still romping among the daisies in her innocence, almost mooing for her mama." Mr. Dinkelspieler: "So you say, my dear, so you say, but I have noted in the past a slight tendency on your part to exaggeration. Some of your heifers have turned out to be overblown milk cows." Mrs. Maud Brown: "Dear Dinkelspieler, I'm not asking you to purchase sight unseen. You may investigate fully." Mr. Dinkelspieler: "Fully? How fully?" Mr. Dinkelspieler: 50 guineas worth. Mr. Dinkelspieler: "Odds blood, you ask more for an untried maiden than the government asks for me in taxes." I missed that part. That's actually pretty funny. Mrs. Maud Brown: "A lass like Fanny could never be taxing to a man of your prowess, dear cousin." They always pretend like they're cousins in this movie. Got some cousin incest going here. "I have held my years well, I dare say, eh? You've not aged one whit since you bounced me on your knee years ago." "I bounced you, madam, but not on my knee." They laugh salaciously. All right. Bring the lass here. Pray remember, dear Mr. Dinkelspieler, that the girl thinks we are cousins. Consanguinity is so reassuring in moments like this. I have not dared try that in years. You need equipment, do you not? A rolling chair with casters, hot and cold running water, and trapeze attachment, huh? No, you misunderstand me. I mean, the girl will be assured if she thinks we are cousins. Incest? Pray, cousin, before I bring the lass in, the palpable evidence of your good faith. Madam, I'm a busy man. Me being here is evidence of good faith. Put it on my account. Backed up by 50 guineas in coin of the realm, I'd feel not a moment's hesitation leaving you alone with the girl. But without the coins themselves in my hand, my conscience would scarcely permit me to. The devil with your conscience. Bring me the maid." So the rolling credits say the beginning, the crazy credits at the end say the end of the beginning to be continued, referenced in Motorcycle 1965. All right. So here's the review from Red Barracuda on IMDb, dated May 23rd, 2018. Very weak, atypical film from Russ Meyer. Fanny Hill proved to be something of a one-off for famed sexploitation director Russ Meyer. For one thing, it was a film he made in West Germany, and it was also a period film based on a literary source. It was hardly, therefore, the kind of material that Meyer was used to tackling. As such, it is definitely one of the less personal films he ever made, where he truly seemed like no more than a director for hire. The story follows a young woman who falls on hard times, but is welcomed in a house populated by women, which the wide-eyed innocent don't recognize as a doesn't recognize as a brothel. Yeah, the dumb blonde. She thinks it's just a house with a bunch of cousins in it, I guess. Whenever Meyer veers too far out of his comfort zone, it often ends in trouble, and Fanny Hill is unfortunately no exception. It is a film which will be unlikely to satisfy many Meyer fans, nor those who like the novel, I should imagine. It's neither erotic nor funny, and also commits one of the worst cinematic sins in being overlong, too. Yeah, no kidding. I had to watch it in 2 days because there was a time limit. There was a 48 hours time limit on Amazon Prime. So you can thank Amazon Prime for me staying up late tonight doing this review because it would have expired tomorrow morning. The most interesting aspect of this movie for me was the appearance of Letitia Roman in the lead role. I had hitherto only known her from her starring performance in Mario Bava's highly influential Year Zero giallo, The Girl Who Knew Too Much, 1963, which I have not seen, which, needless to say, was a considerably better film than this one. Yeah, Mario Bava, Russ Meyer. I think I'll take Bava. But it's nice to see her in something else at the very least. Okay, so it reminded him of Mario Bava. That was the only thing he got out of it. The only thing I got out of it was the bathtub scene and the lady with the mustache. I don't know if Russ Meyer has a hirsute woman fetish. What's going on? I know he has a big breast fetish because you can see that in his later films. Big breasts and big shoulders. All right. Well, shall I go down my list? Seemed like Erica Gavin lost a lot of weight. Even in 1974, she looked skinnier. Span of 8 years. All right. Let's pull up the old movie list. We'll see what's coming down the pike. I'm surprised Karate Man's not in the chat room. He's been commenting on my last video, Scanners 3. Of course, it has nothing to do with Scanners 3. He's going off on tangent again about Donald Sutherland and the director for Omega Doom and Cyborg. Two of my all-time favorite films. I don't even remember that director guy's name. Andrew Divoff? No. Albert Pyan. I guess that's how you say his name. Why am I opening the auxiliary list? I want the movies list. Here we go. So I'll be talking about Scanners 3, and then like Roddy Piper, just when they think they have the answers, Roddy Piper changes the question. Just when I think I have a movie review, Karate Man changes the question. All right, so next up is Scanner Cop 2, another Adrian recommendation. Then we got Mercury Rising, 1998. Scanner Cop 2 is 1995, followed by Mercury Rising, 1998, and Great Guns, 1941, which is another Professor Quiz recommendation. Oh, Adrian's in the chat room. Welcome back, Adrian. I'm going to check out Scanners 3 review today. Hell Comes to Frogtown, you've reviewed. Scanners Cop 2, I saw it a couple months back. Well, you recommended it last year, didn't you? So you mean to say you recommended it, but you didn't see it yet? That's okay. I want to see the whole series, all 5 of them. You got Scanners 2, The New Order, Scanners 3, The Takeover, Scanner Cop, and Scanner Cop 2. That's 5. That's the whole series. I'm going to finish the series this weekend. I hadn't seen it yet, but it sounded good. Oh, that's why you recommended it, because it sounded good. I trust your judgment, Adrian. I love Scanners 3, The Takeover. That was awesome. That was like Videodrome. She's going inside the television. She's using mind control. I thought I couldn't tell the difference between her and Deborah Harry from Videodrome. Anyways, cool. At least Adrian appreciates Scanners 3. All Karate Man cares about is Kickboxer 2, Kickboxer 4, which has nothing to do with Scanners 3. All right. Well, we can honestly say that Karate Man has a one-track mind. No pun intended. All right. He's very focused. But Adrian here likes the weird stuff, so I'm trying to get more of those reviews in. Yeah. We love Scanners 3, The Takeover. I don't know why Adrian keeps calling it Scanners 3 without the takeover part, because the takeover part is the most important thing. When the Polish scanner lady who was naked in the bathtub with her father watching the whole time, he just does a backflip into the bathtub and drowns himself somehow. Yeah, her. She's using the television to exert mental pressure on people who watch the boob tube. Oh, Karate's back with a vengeance. He's going to talk about Kickboxer 2 again. Raining here in Australia. Really? It's summertime here. You can see I got my nice suntan. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, uh, I think I'd rather be in Australia. It must be hot and muggy over there, like Singapore. All right. Well, I got Adrian and Karate Man in the same chat room tonight. That's impressive. I knew Karate Man would show up eventually. Laters.